Compton crazy mother named Ice Cube. From the gang called Fellers with Attitudes. When I'm called off, I got a soda. Squeeze the trigger and bodies are hauled off. You too, boy, if you with me. The police are gonna have to come and get me off your ass. That's how I'm going out. For the pulp mother, it's going out.
Hello, everybody. Hello to the lovely nights. We've got Keith and Kat here. How are we?
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Top 5 on a Tuesday, because me and Keith, our teams played last night, and after watching that, I wish we would have done it last night. After watching that drivel for an hour and a half last night, I should have just thought, you know what, we should have just done Top 5. So, but brilliant. So thanks to everyone that's coming on a Tuesday. I appreciate that. You've just pressed your mute button, Keith. You're on mute, buddy. He's having a bit while he's sorting that out. There you are. Now you're off your mute. Are you all right, buddy?
Yeah, no, I'm having real problems with this. It just literally muted itself. It just came up on the screen. Your mic is muted, and I didn't press anything. So,
well, you seem to be working all right. Don't press anything. That's the best thing. Yeah. Don't press anything.
The times that I've used these things, and it's been fine, and now this. Oh,
it's all. Mate, it is always the case. That's why I did that stream a couple of years back when my internet was sorted and so forth. Because I used to have really bad internet where I lived, Cat, and honestly, it was pixelated and everything. But all the lads just stuck with us, and I just thought that was just so nice for him to do it. So I understand that none of us are professionals. None of us. So if there's an issue on a Shabby channel, I don't mind at all. Do you know what I mean? It's not you get some people that freak out about it, and so no, I'm not bothered. Just let it carry on. Simple as that. Hiya, Des. He says, good evening. Multitasking tonight. Football on the TV, Top 5 on the laptop. What about the other way around? Do you know what I mean? Hiya, Pete. Nice to see you. Hiya, G-Force. He says, hiya, Shabby, Keith, and Kat. Hi, Damon. Damon's here. Good old Damon. Kieran's here. Hiya, Kieran. Let's have a look. Bit of a cop out, really. I just don't have much of a, what's that word? Hierarchy. Thank you. What does he mean in my collections? Hierarchy.
Like a tier system.
Oh, right. Got you. IQ, nice to see you, pal. DTM, top 5 time with 2 top people, and that was hard to say. Top 5 top time with 2 top people, and Shabby, obviously. Cheers, pal. Nothing wrong with what is all this? What's all these sort of words? Unilateral appreciation.
Well, eating alphabetic spaghetti for their tea.
Honestly, Kat, Gerard's here. Palps is here. Hiya, Palps, you scumbag. Hiya, James. Nice to see you, James. Wow, Gary Moore. Hello, Gary Moore. Nice to see you, pal. Wow, everybody's turned up. Everybody's here. Si's here. Hiya, Si. Run BTL. Hiya, Delvian. Nice to see you all. Top 5. How hard or how easy was it for you to come up with your top 5? I'll start with you, Kat.
Really difficult.
Yeah.
Really difficult. I don't have a massive collection. So for me, finding things and putting them into an order of a top 5 was it was quite hard.
How did you get to it? Did you get to it through sentimentality or price or how, because we've had so many people on here. Yeah.
Some of it is inspired by other people's top 5s that have gone on in the last couple of series.
Cool.
And some of it is just because I'm a bit of a sad weirdo.
Aren't we all? What about you, Keith? How did you come up with your top 5?
I'm having all kinds of problems here, guys, with this. Can you still hear me all right?
You can, but there's a bit of a... We can hear you, but there's just a little bit of a lapse. That's it. But we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. You're fine.
I have no idea what's going on tonight. It may be because we're all using devices at the same time. It may be overloading the internet. I don't know how it works.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't you shut that one down and go in with Kat, because Kat's is working perfect.
Or shut your one down that you've got on with the chat open, Keith, and just have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have this one open. So I won't be able to see the chat now. Then I won't be able to see the chat.
Yeah,
Okay,
Sorry,
I always
guys.
put them up. That's all right. I'll always put them up anyway. Keith, how did
Is
you
that
come
better?
up with...
Yes.
Yeah, much better.
That better?
How did you come? Yeah.
No. Yes. No.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, like I said, there's a bit of a lapse, but it's fine. There you go. And Keith's with Max Headroom. Yeah. Si says hello to everybody. What does he say? Two of you all are looking great. Hi to Keith as well. Brilliant. Keith, how did you come up with your top 5?
With great difficulty. Yeah. It was really difficult picking 5. Really difficult. I've gone mostly on sentiment rather than
right.
Anything else. I've tried to go most on what I had as a kid and stuff like that. So and of course the thing is, there's various different aspects to my collection. This thing's not happening at all. Hold on a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of this one, and I'm going to go onto the other laptop because I think this laptop is just not letting me work
no
at
problem.
all. It's just
no
not having
problem
it. So
at all.
I'll come out and I'll come back in.
All right, pal.
All right, chaps.
Yeah, no problem. What me and Kat will do is I'll just go through the chat with Kat. No problem. Let's have a look. It says, 2 of you all are looking great. Hi to Keith as well. That's nice. Hi, Miriam. Good old Miriam's here. Charles with Jason says Keith puts himself into mute. Yeah, he's just having technical issues. But like I said, I had it for years. So it's one of those things. Yeah, I don't think anyone does they, Kat? I don't think they come on and expect something to go wrong, do they? So it's not an issue at all.
Although I do wish that Keith did come with a mute button. That would be cool.
Yeah. Delphi says here, does your mic have an automatic swearing filter feature? It's always the hardware, never the user. Exactly right, our Gary. Exactly right, pal. Martin's here. Let's have a look. Keith's mic is self-centering. Hi, Keith.
Am I in?
You are.
Am I here?
Oh, yeah.
You are.
Yeah, much better. Is he working on? Kat, why doesn't he just go in the same room as you? Then we will have none of these issues.
Because that would be far too simple.
Can you hear us now?
Keith, are you there?
Yeah, I think the best thing to do, Kat, is put him in on your internet because yours is working perfect. So,
okay.
What?
Right.
This is going to be fun then because I'm going to have to decamp almost.
I'm here, yeah, but it's still bad.
Yeah, it is. Just the best thing to do is just if you go in the same room as Kat and just use the one, I think that'll probably work better. Okay. Yeah, he's
you want me upstairs? You want me on the one screen?
Just on the one, then it'll work much better.
Do you want me to come down or are you coming up?
I think you should go up because yours is working perfect. So.
He's actually in the same room as the router.
Is he? Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. Being weird is the fun of being alive. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. All right. You chat amongst yourself. I'll man my way.
Right, okay. Let's have a look. I swear that bloody Pennywise behind Cat is me. Yeah. Hi, John. Nice to see you, Mr. McGuire. Sorry about this, everybody, but like I say, it can't be helped, can it? We'll get it sorted. We'll get it up and running. I think it's very hard just to pick 5. It is, though, isn't it? And like I say, next season, what I'll probably do is I'll probably call it another top 5. So if you've been on Shabby's before and you've done a top 5 before, obviously, I think people who have been on already, you're probably looking at your stuff and thinking, oh, I could have put this in my top 5 or this in my top 5. So we'll do it again. We'll definitely, if you've ever been on before and you want to come on again, we can do that. I bet there's some Cliff Richard bits in Keith's top 5. It's okay. You can't see it's coming. Probably is, yeah. No, he Keith's top 5 of his laptop. Exactly right, Gary. Everton, Dewey, West Ham, and now Shabby Stream. Keith is having we should have won yesterday, but it was a final deserved win at the end of it. But first half should have been 4-0. But anyway, Keith's too frightened of Pennywise to see. Is that what it is? ITJC, nice to see you. And Cat, don't let Keith touch anything on your computer. You're exactly right, mate. Exactly right. Yeah, that's what I thought. She was perfect, but we'll see. We'll see. Yes, yeah. Oh, let's have a look. We all float down here. Brilliant. Yeah, exactly, G-Force. That's the way to look at it. Everyone's been through this. Everyone's, including myself. Can you imagine me if I said something like funny about it? No chance. No chance. If I could pick 3 more top 5s, vintage, custom, yeah, I think I might do it. I might do a top 5 vintage, top 5 customs, another top. I'm going to carry this stream on. I like doing the top 5s. I like having 2 people on and telling the stories and showing what they've got. I love it. I think it's a brilliant thing to do. Got a couple of next 17 figures off AliExpress. Did you? What are they, knockoff ones? Wow, I didn't know that. AliExpress does them. I hate technology sometimes, Keith. Don't worry about it. Exactly. You see, this is why I've got the best people in the world in my in our side of the YouTube world, if you will. I've got the best people. You're all sound, man, every one of you. That's a nice thing to say. It really is. So TJC saying hello to everybody. So yeah, we'll just have to wait a minute and then we'll get back to it. Awesome. By the way, whilst I'm waiting, I just want to show people tomorrow night. The lads that went to Toy Fair, they're going to show me this tomorrow. So tomorrow night we're going to be doing this, which is the NEC Toy Fair, and some of the lads. So you've got VTR, you got Des, you got RSI, Andy, and DTM. They're all going to come on tomorrow and tell us about what is it about NEC and what they got up to. They're going to show. So it was really nice. They reached out to me and said, "Well, I do it," and I did it. I think the last time they went to NEC as well. So I said, "Yeah, of course we will." So we've got those lads on tomorrow, so that'll be pretty good. The best of what, Shabby? I won't say that word. I don't. We brought that up on CSR. And it made me think. Hang on a minute. I don't call anybody fans. No, I don't have fans. I have pals. I just can't. Yeah. All right, here we go. I believe they are factory rejects. Keith, you look a lot better now. You seems to be working fine and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, this is the one laptop. This is Cat's laptop. I don't know what happened there.
Don't you worry about it, pal. No one's bothered. No one in the chat's bothered. I'm not bothered. We'll just carry it on when we come on. What an unruly mob, yeah. While we're waiting for the night, so why doesn't Shabby tell us how... Don't worry about it. Why doesn't Shabby tell us how giddy? Oh man, I was made up. It's brilliant, and it's not a doll. It's from Mattel Creations. It's part of the Motor Origins. It looked brilliant, that thing, this morning. I loved it. I know, pal. Just ringing your jubblies. Yeah, I'm not in a position. It made me feel uncomfortable like when somebody said it on CSR, and I'm like, no, I'm not big enough at all to. I'm not. No ego in me calling you lot fans. No way. Can you imagine my fans? I get battered. I'm bothered, are you? Oh, perfect. I'm not saying all the dodgy videos on Keith's computer is causing him problems, but oh, brilliant. So what's Kat doing now?
She's just sorting out her stash beside me.
Oh, she's sorting out. Oh, so you're both going on this. Oh, there they are. Brilliant. Yeah. Look at this. Awesome.
I've just done an Annika Rice all around the house.
Liverpool about to go 1 behind. I hope so. Yeah. But anyway, top 5. So let me start again with you both. Easy or not easy? So when you went through your stuff, is that what you were thinking to yourselves? Kat, I'll start with you. Were you like, do I put sentimentality in this? Do I put stuff that I found in this? Do I put gifts? Because so many people, like I said, have picked a top 5 from so many different aspects of it, or what people gave him or what they found at a place. How did you pick up yours?
Yeah, like I say, a lot of mine was just sort of, some of it is sentimental stuff. Some of it is inspired from previous shows that have been on the last couple of series that have sort of made me think, oh, actually, maybe I'll show that. So yeah, I've got a bit of a mix.
Well, do you get that? When you watch other people's streams or the shows, Kat, do you ever see something and think, oh, I might get one of them, I might have that, or
yeah, or it makes you think, do you know what? Actually, that reminds me of, and it sort of does branch out, and you end up on Amazon at strange hours of the night buying weird and wonderful things. But
yeah, I know. I know that feeling too. I do this thing at night where I wait till my wife's gone to bed and I see what she's bought through the day, right? And then I'll buy something at night. So when she wakes up in the morning, she'll go, "What have you bought?" Well, I'm just. I always wait till she's gone to bed to buy it, and then I won't get in trouble. So, so Keith, is that the same for you then? Same way?
Not really. I mean, my collection's mainly got a one-track theme, as you know. It's so I'm sorry, it's going to be probably a bit samey tonight. Oh, now
everybody said that.
It's determined to be a nightmare.
No, everybody says that. It's like TJC last week was saying, "Oh, I thought his Transformer stories were awesome," and what he showed. I think that's what it is. I think the thing about top 5, it's not what everybody. It's what's in your top 5. So if it's the same roughly things, and I've got pictures of stuff that you've shown, and some of it's unbelievable. My entire collection, says G-Force Habitat, shifted from seeing other people's collections. Yeah, I think we've all had a bit of that, haven't we, Kath and Keith, where you've seen, something and you've gone, yeah, I'd like to get into that or do that or whatever. Keith's internet has had enough of him playing Cliff Richard records all the time.
No, it's had enough of him moaning about West Ham.
West Ham. It's not the stuff, it's the passions. I agree, David. All right, Gary, there's no need to give a running commentary. Gary, look at this. Gary's just telling everybody the football. Look, absolutely brilliant. Well, anyway, let's get into it then. So we'll start off with your honourable mentions. So, Kat, you can go first, my friend. What is your honourable mention?
Well, sort of going more to what Si said when Si was on, I haven't so much got an honourable mention as an horrible mention.
An honourable mention, yeah.
This is my honourable mention because I think I've said before, I've never really been a collector at all. I've always liked books, so I've always sort of had a good stash of books, but I've never really ever been a collector. And it was only when I got with Keith and he was like, well, what sort of things are you into so I can buy you things, birthdays, Christmas, whatever. And it was a case of then having to sort of say, well, these are my interests. And that's basically where my collections have grown from, is like things that Keith will buy for me, and then it's like people sort of say to him, well, what does she like? And then they'll buy me things. So I've tended to end up with like 4 billion elephants and 25,000 iterations of Pennywise. So so Keith is my horrible mention.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's a nice thing to say. I think that's awesome. Keith, your honourable mention, brilliant. Keith, what's yours? What's your honourable mention, buddy?
I did have quite a few, but I'm just going to scale it down.
What you want?
This one now. This was, like I said, there's going to be a theme. This whistle was given to me by an old mate of mine. Now I don't know if you can see the engraving on that.
They can make it even bigger.
You won't really see the.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, Liverpool
City
Police, right?
Police. And on the other side, it's got the liver bird, like the badge and the crown. But the interesting thing about this is it's a Queen's crown, but it's not a Queen Elizabeth crown. It's a Queen Victoria crown. So this whistle is antique.
Wow.
Now, this was given to me by a mate of mine, very good mate of mine, whose uncle was a constable in the Mersey Tunnels Police back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And he gave me his cap and his whistle and chain. Well, the Mersey Tunnels Police, when they was first formed in 1936, they were kitted out by the Liverpool City Police. They wore all the old obsolete uniforms of the Liverpool City Police. So this whistle would have once been worn on a Liverpool City police officer from Queen Victoria's times.
No way.
Now this is my old whistle that I got issued in 1987. And if I put them level like that, at the top, you can see how much longer the Liverpool one is. And the reason for that is because in those days they wore the high-necked tunics and they never had pockets. So what it would do, it would clip in the top pocket, and it would be sitting in the belt, in the leather belt.
Right.
So this is a Victorian Liverpool City Police whistle. It's probably worth God knows how much. But the fact that it was given to me by a relative of the actual officer Police Constable Albert Bills, Mersey Tunnels Police, circa 1975. That makes it so personal, and that's what my police memorabilia collection is all about. It's about people. It's about.
That's brilliant, man. That is brilliant. So, do you have that? Do you display that, Keith? Then in your room, do you have it somewhere displayed?
They were displayed. They were all displayed. But since I moved things about, that was in a box. I do intend to try and get it out at some point and have it on display somewhere. The problem is, it's the biggest old problem in the world that we all have, isn't it? Space.
I know exactly what
it's amazing, isn't it? Really, because space is infinite, and yet for collectors, space is not enough.
No, it's weird, isn't it? Because when I first moved into it, I've told this story before, so I won't go on about it. But I thought, it's going to take me years to fill. It took me about 18 months. That's it. Keith's my honourable mention too. And on an see you next Tuesday.
Thanks, Si. Thanks, mate.
Oh, brilliant.
I just feel the love oozing out the screen.
Jonathan Redmond says, question for our Keith. If he blows that whistle, will only Liverpool supporters hear it? It's a good question.
No, the Liverpool supporters will run because it's a Liverpool policeman's whistle.
Nice whistle. Great story, Keith. Yeah, it's a great story, that. Yeah, great honourable mention. See, kicked off with a great start, both of you. Do you keep up with all that? Do you still look for it now? So, in other words, when there's police, because I know, you know, there's a lot of military and police memorabilia that you have. Do you still look for that now? So, when you go to toy fairs or antique shops and that type of thing,
from time to time, if I see something that catches my eye, something that's unusual, something that's a bit special, I will grab it.
Yeah.
But the problem that I've got is, again, as I say, space. I've got about 9 uniforms upstairs. Complete uniforms.
It's not as kinky as it sounds.
And and I've just got nowhere to display them, so they're just sat in a wardrobe. And I really should think about selling them, because there are people out there that obviously collect them and display them on mannequins and stuff like that. So I should, because they're too good to be just shut in a wardrobe.
But you're the same as me in a circumstance. I've got loads of stuff in the shed that I just can't, even though it's not displayed. Yeah. And even though it's put away, and that's how Tub Thumpers was formed with Sives, because you just, I haven't the arm to either sell it or throw it away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kat, when you go to these thrift shops and stuff like that, what are you looking for then? Are you looking for, like, because you're a book, I'm a big book guy as well. I like reading and doing that. So is that what I usually, when I go to thrift shops and stuff, it's old vintage toys, whatever, but it's always like old annuals I look for, old books I look for. Are you the same way?
I like old medical books. I mean, we've got a lot of history books between us anyway, because Keith's as bad as me. I mean, our office is literally just bookshelves all the way around, and there's thousands of books up there. But yeah, anything sort of like oldie medical books wise, I'll collect, because they're just really interesting. Elephants again.
Where does the elephant love come from? Where does it come from? The elephant love.
When I was really tiny, I think I've said before, we were really poor and we didn't have a lot of money. And one year, my mum made me an elephant cushion for Christmas, and I loved it. And I took it everywhere with me, to the point that when we used to go down the village shopping, it would be under my arm, and people used to say, "There's the elephant girl." Now, at the time, I didn't realise what of an insult that was, thinking, the troll of the elephant man. But yeah, so and that for me, it's a bit of my mum. And then thinking about the way that elephants live, they're sort of they're matriarchal. They're led by the women, girl power. And that's very much what my mum was. My mum was very much like that. So that's almost like the embodiment, if you like, of my mum. And I've got one tattoo at the top of my arm, and that's elephants, and that's my love of elephants.
It's so funny that you should say that about female empowerment and stuff, because I think the majority of us here, especially, I can speak for me and our side, I never fell for all that sort of stuff. Now it's because I've had female empowerment in my house since we were kids. My mum brought us all up. My grandma did. I married the same woman I've been married to for 20 years. He's hard as nail. You see what I mean? So when they all start, when I get some pop star at 19 telling me, I'm like, you haven't a clue what it means. People like your mum and my mum, that's what it means. People, or absolutely. Yourself, because I know how we were saying before we came on, how fantastic you've done this year, and your achievements and so forth. And I think, I saw all the comments, and everyone congratulations. But I think everyone generally means it because of how hard you've worked and how well you've performed. So well done, congratulations. That's awesome, Kat. But yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Little things like elephants, and it's the only tattoo you've got as well. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Yeah. So what's the most weirdest thing he's pointing at? It's an elephant then. What?
I'm trying to think.
Probably good issue, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got sort of a carved soap that's got an elephant on it.
Oh yeah.
It's more. I went with a friend once to Drayton Manor just for the day. And when I came back, Keith had took one of my elephants and turned it into this diorama. So now the elephant is playing this guitar. It's got its foot up on like a Marshall amp and things like that. So it's just like nothing in our house sort of lives without a light on it or being stuck in a diorama.
Oh, that's brilliant! I can just imagine him sat there looking at it. Oh, I know what to do with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's even got a leather jacket on. Where he got that from, I have no idea.
That is absolutely brilliant. Right, well, look at that. It's exactly great honourable mentions. I agree. Brilliant. Great start. Right, let's get to number 5. Right, Kat, I'm going to start with you because you've sent me some pictures here. So, I saw this and I thought, what is this? And I realised exactly what it was. But it's this right here. Let me just put it up on screen. There it is. Right there. That is cool.
It is.
So what is it, a duvet or a throw or?
It's a knitted blanket that took me about 9 months to do.
So you actually made this?
Yeah. Going back again to my mum, she taught me and my sister when we were young how to knit and to crochet and to sew and things like that. And it's something that I actually made for our eldest daughter, Amy. But the reason why I've included it in this is because of like just watching some of the things that the guys in our community do, like the dioramas and the customs and the bits and pieces and the stuff that your mum does. So I just thought, you know what, actually, let's sort of show a little bit of what I do when Keith's watching West Ham.
Well, I never knew you made, because you sent me the pictures, but you never mentioned that you made it.
You never asked.
That's mega impressive. So how long did it take you? Because there's so much detail on this.
Yeah, off and on, sort of around 6 to 9 months. Each square is about an A4 size, and there's 40 squares all in on the throw.
So what you had to make each square, then stitch them together? Is that what you had to do?
Yeah.
No way. That's so. It's gone way up in my estimation. This, because I thought they were going to tell me, we went to this place and I saw this throw, and I tell you, your story is 10 times better. That's unbelievable. Look at all that work. Do you make these quite a bit, Kat, or?
I tend to sort of, if I'm watching telly or watching the streams or whatever, I have to have something to do with my hands. I can't just sit and do nothing. So I will knit and I'll crochet. Blankets are easy because there's no shape to them. They're just one thing. Obviously, you need to pay a bit more attention with some of those because they're a bit fiddlier. But I mean, I started knitting when I was about 5, so I've been sort of knitting now for 47 years. So
that's crazy, man, because you've got every character on it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so impressive. That is really that's blown me away. Unbelievable. When you said that, then because I was looking at it before and I thought, the detail in this is pretty good. I didn't know you'd made it. Yeah. That is unbelievable. Wow. Did you all dislike it?
Oh yeah, she absolutely loves it. She's Harry Potter mad, so Keith will sort of make bits and pieces for her as well. But yeah, she's absolutely Harry Potter obsessed.
Oh, I like it myself. I know the new series is getting a lot of flack because they're changing a couple of things, but I've always one of those people. I'll wait till I've seen it. And then I'll be able to say something. But yeah, I don't mind the Harry Potter stuff. Damon says, "Wow, outstanding! Lovecraft homemade gorgeousness. Look at that. That's not bad at all." Martin likes it. Bob says 10 points to Gryffindor, which is a nice thing to say. Wow, Kat, that is absolutely stunning. Yeah. It's blown me away. I just thought, wow, I didn't know you made that. Wow. Yeah. Awesome work, Kat. And Wingardium Leviosa. So beautiful work. Look at them all. They love it. Amazing work, Kat. My mum says very creative, says Anne-Marie, amazing work. Well, if that comes from her, then I'll definitely
high
agree
praise,
with yeah. Well, that's Wildcat. Someone help Martin, he speaks in tongues. Brilliant. What's your number 5, Keith?
Right, well, have we got Mr. BTR in the chat, or has he not joined us yet?
No, I'm not seeing his yet. Fantastic work, says Miriam. Yeah, I agree, Miriam.
My number 5 is this.
Oh, Corgi gift set. Look at that.
Now, Dave from VTR sent me this about a year ago, just before Christmas, and he said, "Give me your address, got something for you."
A gift for you, that.
And he just sent me this, and I was absolutely gobsmacked because, as you know, I collect the die-cast police vehicles. I had all of these when I was a kid. When I was a kid, this was right up my street, or the Corgi, the Dinky, and the Matchbox.
Yeah.
I've started collecting some of the boxed stuff again to have the stuff displayed in the box. So when he sent me this, now the funny thing is that I never ever had that helicopter as a kid.
No.
I always wanted that helicopter. Never got it. That police car, the Mark III Cortina. My dad had a Mark III Cortina, so I loved that because it was like Dad's car. And I had one of those as a kid, but I gave it away to a mate of mine. I don't know why. I never got it back. And I've been trying to buy one boxed. And so when Dave sent me this, it was like, my God, wow, you've saved me a job, Dave. And that is such a beautiful box. And the artwork on it, it's just incredible. The artwork.
What year is it, Keith?
This is 1975.
And it looks like that.
It looks like this, yeah. 1975.
I agree, Damon. Corgi beauties. Look at that. Look how white the vehicles still are as well.
It's in absolutely beautiful condition. You know, as you can see, the models have not been played with, almost certainly not been played with. But the box is a bit dog-eared, but I like that. I actually like it.
It shows character. I'm the same way, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, wow. Dave, once again, mate, thank you so much. And this had to have a mention at number 5 because this brings back so many special memories for me as a 5-year-old or a 7-year-old, as I would have been. Incredible, yeah.
We've had this talk about you and Corgis before, but where did that love actually come from? From all just started. It was like your first major toys was your Dinkies and your Corgis and that kind of. Because I know you still collect them now, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, as a child, it didn't really matter what they were, as long as they were toys, you know.
Yeah.
So the three big companies we had back then was Dinky, Corgi, and Matchbox. I think Dinky the oldest, because and some of their stuff now boxed is ludicrous money to try and buy that now. Mint and boxed, especially the Thunderbirds and Captain Scarlet stuff. But yeah, I've got quite a few now. I showed a few on the Tub Thumpers episode.
You did, yeah. It's not. I think we're all. It's like it's funny because we're all collectors and we all talk about our action figures and so forth. But even me, you know, if you look right there's my, you know, all my Hot Wheels and stuff. So I like it because every time you go to the store, whatever, you just pick one up, don't you? You just have it, and it's like Andy found the old Matchbox boat, police boat, and that, so. It was a big thing when we were kids was the cars or whatever, but do you think it's died off a bit, Keith, or do you think it's because I think we're still all collected? I just don't think it's as prominent on YouTube as it used to be.
There are lots of YouTube channels of people that restore these things.
I watch a lot of them. Paul Restorer, that does them all. I love it. Paul Restorer who does it. I think he's Polish or something, and he gets all the Matchbox and Dinkies and restores them. Yeah. What do you think about people that do that with these old cars?
I've done it myself, so I've got no problem with it. I think it's great bringing them back to life because I've got that Ford Zephyr, that Dinky Toys Ford Zephyr, that was an absolute mess. I showed that in the Tub Thumpers episode. That was an absolute mess when I bought it, and I just stripped it all down, resprayed it, and put a new roof box on it, put a new blue light on it, and printed up new decals for it. and now it's as good as the original, and that's 1967, that toy.
Yeah.
So it's actually older than me. That toy is older than me. So
Martin says, very cool, Keith. Another example how great Dave is. Does that make it more sentimental as well that someone sent it in? Because I know a few people. Yeah. Our side was on this, and our side turned around and said one of the things is you get blown away by. It's like Mr. Beast just sent me a huge box, and I haven't a clue what's in it. And I said I'll open it on ZSR this Friday. But it blows me away. That people like put stuff in a box for you and send it. It always gets me that. But do you think that's why it gives it more of a thing that VTR sent it to you?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like I said with the whistling chain, being given to me by my mate Steve.
Yeah,
I mean, there's certain parts of my police collection that I'm going to be selling, but things like that I will never sell because they were given to me as a gift. Does that make sense? So immediately they've got sentimental value, and it doesn't matter to me how much that's worth. Somebody could offer me £500 for that whistling chain right now, and I'll tell them a Foxtrot Oscar because having that thing in my hand is worth more to me than £500, which I'll just go and waste on other toys or other things that won't have the same sentimental value.
That makes perfect sense. Does it all with you, Kat, as well? When you see people giving each other gifts and stuff like that, do you always think, "Wow, man, this is..." Because I never started all this expecting any gifts or whatever. It's not as if, you know what I mean. I came on here and it's funny, isn't it? Because it's like I was talking one stream years ago about an Action Man, and I remember Action Man. I said, "Oh, my favorite was always the guy, the cap, and I come out with some sort of captain or commander." And then Vintage Dave sent me that actual figure, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What? This is the exact one with the camouflage pants and that." And so, do you get that as well, Kat, when you see these streams coming and going and people giving each other stuff?
Very much so, and I think it is what and I think more so what myself, Steph, and Georgie have said as wives coming in.
Yeah,
the acceptance in this little community, it is like an extended family to a degree, and the fun that you get going to the toy fairs or the thrift shops or the charity shops or whatever, and finding something not just for yourself but finding something and thinking, "Oh my God, I know who would love that," and sending it to
weird, and it just comes to you, doesn't it? That Kat. Yeah, it comes. It's weird. I've done that so many times where I've seen someone go, "Oh, I know I'd love that," or he'd love. We do it at Joe Fest. Me and Pete and G-Force will go around going, "Oh, he'd love that," and he'd love
it's like
that.
That extension of what you do with your kids at Christmas, isn't it? It's that
lock them in the cupboard.
Oh.
No, that's true.
TJC says, "I think I have that Corgi Mark II Escort police car and the Rover SD1 police car in amongst my Hot Wheels cars, Keith. If I manage to find them, you are most welcome to them." They are. So TJC
Terry,
says it.
Thank you.
I think all of us had a dinky when we were younger. Very good, very good. You see what he did there, Kat? You see what he did?
Didn't.
Kat didn't. Hiya, PGM. Nice to see you. Nice Kat knitted that Harry Potter. Nice
now.
Yeah. I can't wait for you to pull out something of Cliff Richard. Where does your hatred of Cliff Richard come from? Let's end the Cliff Richard. But he seems to have a thing. No, he loves Craig David. I know he likes. I know he's a fan of Craig David. But where does your hatred for Cliff Richard come from?
I just don't like it. It's just I mean, some of his songs are good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Some of his songs are good, but he's it's just so righteous. That time when he sung at Wimbledon because it was raining, I just thought, "Oh, someone please just throw a dart at him." I mean, how nauseating. I mean, I don't really much like tennis anyway, and I don't like the rain. Imagine standing there waiting for a tennis match to start in the rain.
Yeah. Do you not think he did it as a nice thing, though, Keith? Like to entertain their masses,
He didn't do a nice thing. I'd consider that offensive. I'd have gone over there and punched his face in.
I consider it offensive. Brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
I'll tell you
How
what,
long ago was that, Kat, as well? That was about 25, 30 years ago, wasn't it, or something?
It doesn't matter. I never forget things like that. I never forget things like that. I'll tell you what, he'd have been picking strawberries and cream out of his arsehole for months.
Yeah, he forgets to tell me that we're coming on this show, but he doesn't forget that his hatreds for Cliff Richard.
Exactly right. Yeah, can't remember that, but you can remember what Cliff Richard did 30 years ago. Do you like him, Kat? It's just to me. It's just Cliff Richard. Isn't it? It's like
it's just that ground drivel that comes out of at Christmas that I don't really pay any attention to. It's I probably wouldn't even notice he was there if it wasn't for the huffing great Wazzock in the corner going, Cliff Richard all the time.
But it is funny because every time I see him on Instagram, or every time I see something of Cliff Richard, I always think of your husband. Like, yeah, he's him, you know what I mean? So,
I think I've said before on one of the streams that, at one stage he would go on about Cliff Richard and Cilla Black and all these people that he hated. And I said to him, do you know what? I'm going to do a list of all the people that you hate. And this list was on like an A4 pad and it was pages and pages. And in the end, I said to him, do you know what? It would actually be shorter to do a list of the people that you did like. And I think at the time there was me and him and his mum on there, and that was it.
It's weird. Look, I'm the same for Ryan Gosling. I can't stand the bloke. Ryan and James Corden, but they've not done anything to me. It's not as if they've made anything bad or a bad movie. I've never liked him. And then when I saw he was in the new Star Wars, I was like, what the France, man?
The mere existence offends me. So when you say I haven't done anything to offend you, the mere existence, the fact that they share the air that I breathe offends me.
Oh, brilliant. How old is he now, Cliff? He must be getting on now. Got to be in his 90s, hasn't he? Got to be.
I've got to tell you this very, very quick story. I don't think I've ever told this on a live stream before. It's a very, very quick story. I had a dream one night, right, that Cliff Richard had died. And in my dream, I'm laughing. In my dream, I'm opening a bottle of champagne. And it might sound wicked. I don't care. It's only a dream, right? Then the worst thing was, in my dream, I'm asleep. And then Cliff Richard came back to haunt me. And he said to me, this is what I'm going to be haunting you now for the rest of my eternity. And even if you was to throw yourself under a train and kill yourself, you'd still have to share eternity with me. This is your penance for being such a wicked bastard about me all these years. That was one of the worst dreams I've ever had. An absolute nightmare, being haunted by Cliff Richard in the afterlife.
Haunted by Cliff, can you imagine?
So frankly, I hope he lives forever.
Oh, that's brilliant. Gary Moore says VTR did the same for him in An Action Man Parachute. I was blown away. That's something I'm, that's why I like watching you all when you go to these things, or when I get all the English on showing the stuff, things like corgis and dinkies in Action Man, because it's something we just don't find. And if you do, it's as rare as hen's teeth here. We just don't find it. So yeah, it's really nice. Look at that. Same for him, Action Man Paratrooper. Elephants never forget, says Kieran.
Absolutely.
DTM says, Keith, I've got 2 tickets for Wimbledon next year if you fancy it. I've heard Cliff's going. Can you imagine? Oh, brilliant.
Yes, thanks, Dave.
Dislike, just a bit. Oh, as I said to Si, when we do Tub Thumps and we do these memes of everybody, like I said, and I said, Si, can you do one of Keith? I knew exactly what was coming. You with that face with Cliff Richard and all that. Oh, brilliant. Oh. So Keith hates Cliff because it rained. You should have brought a bolt and brolly with you, Keith. Oh, don't get me started. I can't stand the bloke. And it's weird because when I came back to America the second time we came round, I said to Jen, get away from him. And then literally a week after we'd arrived, he got the job I can't believe it. I was like, you're joking. Just got halfway across the world to get away from that idiot. And here he is. Oh, brilliant. DTM, you may need to issue Cliff with some PPE just in case. 84, says Gary. That's how old he is. So you're picking on an old man there, Keith. You should look after him, Keith, and buy his music and keep him going.
Fuck him.
Cliff Richard Night Terrors. The reason Shabby doesn't like James Corden is because they're uncannily like, you're a scumbag, Si. I hope your team gets hammered tonight. I hope
but that means that you're like him as well.
Oh, yeah, exactly. A lady here said it to me once when I was doing the furniture. She came to pick it up and she goes, oh, you're like James Corden. I nearly battered her. You're his twin, exactly. You're Billy Bob Thornton's twin. Brilliant. Or maybe he applied the job presented and James Corden got it instead of Shabby. I don't know what the thing is about him. I've always said it. I've just thought, what is it about him? But then again, I've been called worse. There you go. Miriam myself, I cannot stand James Corden. Gets on my last on earth. Yeah, it's weird.
He's a bit of a pompous twat, any really.
Yeah. Just a bit. Anyway, we've done number 5. Let's get to number 4. Okay, Kat, what's your number 4, Bubba?
Okay. Going back from number 5, this is number 4 because everyone knows my love of horror. So this is Annabelle.
Right.
There is a Raggedy Ann doll.
Raggedy Ann doll, right?
That I made.
You made that?
Yeah.
What?
Because obviously it's Annabelle and she's awesome.
When did you make that?
About 6 weeks ago. Took me about a week.
Annabelle, Raggedy Ann. That's unbelievable. That's brilliant.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Look at David, Annabelle. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Do you ever make these and think you'll sell them at a thing one? You know what I mean? Make loads of them and sell them.
I've thought about it in the past. I mean, I did do another one of those Harry Potter blankets after I'd done the first one. Because like Amy said to me, people will buy it. And I put it up for sale and I put it up at 40 quid, right? So it was a pound a square. And there was no interest
cheap, to tell you the truth. That's cheap for that.
Yeah, there was no interest in it because, you know, I think there's so many ways now to get things cheap on an import mass made that people just don't necessarily want the homemade, handmade stuff anymore. You know, I make it like for the grandkids, like granddaughters and stuff.
That way,
dolls and things.
Yeah, my mum will do it. My mum does it as a hobby, basically. A hustle bustle is her thing, and she sells it on Etsy, and so she makes all the dolls for Barbies and Blythe dolls and that. And my mum does really. I mean, you've seen her work, all the dresses, and
beautiful.
But she does the same as you. She'll give them to people, and you know what I mean, for Christmas and that kind of thing. You know, so I think it's awesome that people can make like that. Look at Damon. A week, I can't even open a box in a week. You know.
Yeah, I mean, again, going back to like my mum making me the elephant cushion when I was a kid. For me, having that handmade gift, sort of, especially like little kids. We've got 4 granddaughters and 1 grandson. So the granddaughters are sort of at the age where little dollies like that, you know, they absolutely love them, and the fact that Nanny made it just makes it that little bit more special. And that's, I think, wanting to give to my kids what my mum gave to me, sort of thing. So it's...
Oh man, that's a great story. So you've always done it then, basically, Kat. You've always done it. Is there anything you haven't made that you'd love to make?
No, not really. I think most things that if I get the idea of doing it, because obviously Keith's the same, very similar to me. He'll have like the gremlins in his head. So if I was like, do you think I could do this? He'll go all out to help me find a way to get it done. And if we can't make it between us, then it probably can't be done.
Brilliant. I love that kind of thing. So would you help him out with his Playmobil stuff then as well? So you'll see some sort of stuff. And have you ever done what I'm saying, Keith? Have you ever gone up to your cat and said, you couldn't make me this, could you? And do something like that?
Yeah.
I have, yeah. She's made things like high visibility vests for me. She's sewn them together to put on Action Men figures and stuff like that. I've got a British Transport Police figure behind me, which you can't really see. She made the orange reflective vest for him. But with the Playmobil stuff, I mean, even with the 43 scale miniatures, I was doing. When I was quite interested in the Mersey Tunnels Police, I actually wrote a book about the history of the Mersey Tunnels Police. Never got it published, but I've still got a copy here.
Right.
And I actually built a model of the Queensway Tunnel, built a diorama of the Queensway Tunnel entrance, so I could display my 43 scale Mersey Tunnel Police cars. And I'm saying to her, how am I going to do the inside of the tunnel though? I can't just paint it black. And she said, well, how about finding a photograph and then printing it out on photograph paper and putting it inside so it looks and I did that and it worked perfectly. Brilliant.
I like the floor in the shed.
Yeah, I mean,
there you go. Yeah, exactly.
Because she's got a creative mind, but from a different angle, if you like.
Yeah,
she'll come up with suggestions and ideas, and even she might even say something and then go, "Oh, that sounds ridiculous. You're not going to like that." And I'll think about it, and then what I'll do is I'll take what she suggested and then think, "Hold on a minute, that takes me down a different avenue that I wouldn't have gone down if you hadn't have suggested that." So a lot of what I've got here, certainly in the Playmobil City, comes from ideas that Backface has had.
I love stuff like that. I love stuff like that. My mum did it when we were kids. I remember the story of we had Action Man as a kids, but my mum made Man and Size Action Man Batman because you couldn't get a Batman, so she made them. You know, stuff like that. So absolutely brilliant. Hey, Mr. B, it's nice to see you, buddy. Let's have a look what everybody else is saying. Everyone's saying hello. Quite, it's packed in here, 40 people. So thank you all so much. My older sister had Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls before Annabelle got to them. Right? Yeah. Annabelle, Raggedy Ann, brilliant. Keith, what's your number 4? I've got a picture of this, but you want to show it first, don't you, before I show the picture?
Yeah, my number 4. I had this as a kid. And it came out in oh blimey. I think it would have probably been about 1973. And it's this. It's the Palatoy Bradgate talking police car.
No way.
Now Bradgate is a part of the Palatoy company. So this was built at Leicester at the probably by Bob Breakin and his mates.
Right.
But this is a they brought out a series in conjunction with the BBC, and it was called the Telly Talkies, TV Talkies. And they brought out a Dalek, they brought out, I think, a Cyberman, I think they had a TARDIS, and then they had this police car. And this was supposed to be representing Z Cars, the TV program. Because it was called Z Victor 4. It was that's the name on the box, Z Victor 4. And when you press the light, it talks. It says 5 phrases. Unfortunately, I've got 3 of these, and I've never found one that works. Unfortunately,
now, could you not fix them?
The problem you've got is that you can take it apart, screwed on, but the join between the body and the chassis, the join is underneath this stripe.
The sticker. Right.
So to take it apart, you've got to remove the stickers. And as soon as you remove the stickers, then it's like filing the edges of a 50p piece to turn it into a 10p piece.
I agree. It's not worth it, is it? It's not worth doing just for such you can press a button and so forth. Yeah. So I have this picture here that you showed as well. Let me just get that up and running. She's right here. So this is really cool.
This is now what I did was because I tried to repair. I bought one and tried to repair it and couldn't. And then I bought another one and tried to repair that and I couldn't. And once I'd taken the stickers off of them, or what was left of the stickers, I just decided to customize them. So the blue one is a Metropolitan Police area car from that's what our police cars in London looked like when I was growing up. And the one on the right is a City of London police car. And then of course you've got your Palatoy one. Now the thing about I should have showed it while it was still out of the box. The thing about the original Palatoy one, the crest that it's got on the side of the red stripe, that is the Leicestershire Police crest.
No
now,
way.
even though Z Cars and the Action Man bike, I talked about this as well in the Tub Thumpers. The Action Man bike has got Leicestershire Police crests on it because obviously it was built by Palatoy in Leicester, so to honour their local constabulary, they put it in Leicester Police colours. And even though Z Cars, the TV programme, it was made around a fictitious town in sort of Lancashire, Merseyside type area, and all the vehicles were based on Lancashire Police vehicles. This is a Leicestershire Police vehicle, but it was based on the TV series Z Cars. And those things at the front that you can see, those badges, the silver badge, and that other thing, they came out in 1966 and they are directly to do with Z Cars. And I've got one of them here. Now, I found this on eBay and it is a Z Cars.
How cool is
driving
that?
license. Z Cars driving license. Now, this would have come with a uniform that you could buy, a Z Cars child's police uniform, and it had a cap with that badge on it. And you can see the badge has actually got the Z and the car.
That looks immaculate as well. It looks in really good condition.
1966, Shabby.
Wow.
And
So
the
yeah,
thing
you're
about
looking
this
at
as well, the thing about this as well is it's virgin. Now, the first thing that a kid would do is write in there. But this is virgin. It's not been
60
written on
years
at all.
old. Look at it.
I
Wow.
was so tempted to write in there, Keith, and put a photograph of myself gurning. But the other side of it,
don't do that.
The other side of it is that.
No way.
The other side of it is that, and it tells you the rules of Z cars, what you can and can't do, the Z cars code of conduct.
Wow, what they must be so rare to get like that as well.
I've never seen another one. I've got 3 of these badges. I've got 3 of these badges. The other 2 are loose, and it's almost like a warrant card. Basically, it's like a warrant card, but it's not. It's a driver's license. And when
it looks nice on display with the cars as well, like that. It looks really nice.
Yeah, it's
Can I ask you a question about these? Obviously, this is early 70s. So is this like the first and foremost? Because when did they stop making like die cast and then going into just because these are all plastic, right, Keith? There's no die cast in them. So this must be one of the earliest all plastic kind of cars, eh?
I wouldn't know, mate. I mean, you could get injection mold plastic toys.
Right.
From like the sort of seaside shops and stuff like that on holiday, and you get your fire engines and your police cars that was just really crappy, not the sort of injection mold toys. I mean, it's Palatoy. I don't think Palatoy did anything die cast, did they? I think all their stuff was plastics.
Sure.
But these were these were Palatoy Bradgate, and I just like the way that display looks. It's
brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
Nice.
How are you with all this stuff displayed in your house, Cap? Because my wife, if I didn't have this room, I'd no chance. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's different because when me and Keith got together, he'd already got a collection anyway, so I knew he came with a collection.
So he came with it, right?
Yeah. So I got a husband and a collection. 2 for 1. So it's never really bothered me. It's because I'm not allowed to dust it anyway. So happy days. 2, it takes up half the room, so even less housework. Even happier days. And it keeps him quiet. So
yeah. So you're not one of those that says, "Oh, I don't want this in here. Put it in." You're quite happy with it out the way it looks because it looks awesome the way he's got it displayed. We always say that when we see your Keith on the stream. How his nice stuff looks behind him. So
well, if you look at this room, if I spin this around,
the other half is elephants.
There's elephants. That's all elephants.
Yeah.
And all of that over there, including all around the top of the curtain rail.
It's all elephants.
That's all elephants. 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 And in my best Michael Caine voice, elephants, thousands of them.
So I can't really moan, can I?
Mr.
Although
B
I didn't have the elephants when we got together.
No, so it's all your fault, the elephants, then, Keith. You've got to look at it that way, So Mr. B says, my late wife loved Raggedy Ann. Was it something that you loved? Is that why you made it then, Kat? You loved the show?
I don't think we really had much Raggedy Ann over here. We tended to have more. I was trying to think of like rag dolls that we had. We had sort of like the Ragdollianas and things like that, which didn't look like that. I think my first sort of real knowledge of Raggedy Ann was Annabelle. When I started like getting into the horror and I looked at like the sort of Warrens and things like that, and sort of saw what the real Annabelle looked like, not the one that was used in the films, which is not right.
Real G-Force says 73, the champagne of birth years. I wonder if G-Force was born in 73. I wonder if he was. David says, hang on a minute, I'm sensing a theme. We get that though, don't we, Kat and Keith? When you see people on, you kind of get a sense of what they collect and what they want.
I did say there'd be a theme. I mean, even though I collect various different lines, I collect the die cast. Then I'll collect the 118 scale police vehicles. I've got die cast in 18 scale. I've got those Victors, the Palatoy stuff.
Even your action men are mostly police.
Yeah, all of me action men are police, apart from some firemen and some footballers and some
paramedics.
Some paramedics and some lifeboat men.
So you keep with the theme then. I saw we've asked Martin this before because obviously Martin's all TVC and Star Wars and all that. And I watched him on Stu's yesterday, and Stu was asking him if would you ever start a new line and so forth. But with you having these action men and like what your catch just said, it's like you specifically have a line of action men that you like, the military, the police, and so forth. Is that what keeps you, in a way, you know, concentrating on one thing to collect? So you're not going, oh, I need a raft, or I need a jungle guy, or I need a, you know.
It keeps me in line. When I first started collecting the Action Man, like collecting it again.
What are you buying two?
Well, originally I only wanted 6. I only wanted 6, and I wanted everything that I had as a child, or everything that I would have loved to have had as a child, but only in the police series. So it was the British police motorcyclist, it was the British police, the British Royal Military Police, it was the G.I. Joe military police, the G.I. Joe Air Police, and the G.I. Joe Shore Patrol. And then I wanted the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, because I never had
one of BCR's favourites, the Mounted Police.
I never had that as a kid. I never had it. I had Little Big Man, which was a Bradgate Palatoy figure. That was like an 18 scale version. And I had one of those in the Canadian Mounted Police uniform. Always wanted the Action Man one. Well, the only way you could get it was on the card scheme, on their star cards scheme. And I think it was 18 stars to get a Canadian Mounted Police uniform with dog, Brutus, the guard dog. But if you collected a further 3 stars, you could send away and get an undressed Action Man figure.
Right.
So every time I got to 18 stars, and I'm thinking, woo, I could get a Canadian Mounted Police uniform, I'm thinking, yeah, but I could also get another Action Man. And that greed took over. So I never ended up getting one. Apparently, according to Tony Roberts, who obviously very, very knowledgeable on action, he's the one that got me back into Action Man.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tony. And he reckons that later they brought out the Canadian Mountie on a card back, which you could buy from shops, but I don't ever remember seeing it as a kid.
Never saw it.
Certainly not in this country, anyway.
No, so Action Man. Action Man's
Well, it was like I say. So I intended to only have 6, and now I've got
6 cabinets full.
Now I've got about 55. I've got about 55 Action Men.
Yeah.
In various police states, because of course a lot of them I've done customs of as well and stuff like that. And I've got the French Action Man. I've got the Spanish Action Man, which is just there over my shoulder there. The Spanish Action Man. Some British bobbies there, which are all customized, and some other military police and United Nations.
It's the detail and stuff in it, because I was thinking to myself, how much would they be now? Because if you look at Hot Toys, I mean, listen, I'm not going to say anything. Hot Toys is unbelievable, but to me, it's like, well, we had this in the 70s and 80s with Action Man. Do you know what I mean? It's roughly the same. I mean, the detail and the tailoring and the accessories that you got with Action Man. Yeah. If you know, obviously, it's going to be a different type of thing than Hot Toys, but it's on the same scale to me. Mm-hmm. So if they made Action Man now, I wonder how much it'd probably be expensive. It probably wouldn't be.
Well, they still make Action Man now, and they go for about the 38 points of articulation. They're about 30 pound, 40 pounds, so they're not dear.
Right.
But,
okay.
But the old stuff, the vintage stuff, is some of that can be very. You're looking for an undressed BPEE, as it's called in the trade, blue pants, eagle eyes. So for a blue pants, eagle eyes, gripping hands Action Man from 1978 was when they first started producing them. You're looking at about 45 quid. It's about the right money for one.
Right. Okay.
But if you put a uniform on it,
that's the difference. Yeah.
Depending on what that uniform is,
yeah,
then that figure's worth.
It goes way up.
Figures plus. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be hard. I mean, like I said, if I was ever back in England, I'd love to start doing Action Man, but the prices, I think it put me off after I bought one outfit, whatever. Q says, any type of Raggedy Ann, porcelain or clown dolls creep me out. Kat, would you like to invite Q out to your house where you can see all these stuff?
Absolutely, yeah. Come and see my office. You absolutely love it.
You'd love it at Cats, Q. You'd love it at Cats. Hi, everyone. Also, in it works. So, Geek Strong's here. Gil's just come in and said hello. So everybody's turned up. Like, I think I had the Dalek when I was a kid. Keith says TJC.
Yeah.
What happens if the police car played a Cliff Richard song when you press the button?
Then I would have hit it with an hammer, I think, probably.
Oh, brilliant. Awesome customs. Yeah, he's brilliant at it. Brilliant. BGM says he feels the Bill TV song coming on. Pretty cool. That badge is awesome. I know, 60 years old. I love stuff like that. You know, the things that you've never seen before, like I said, are really rare to get hold of. Things like that are brilliant. I can see a TARDIS in the background, says DTM.
There's one over there as well.
There's a couple over there.
So,
A couple over there.
Oh, yeah. There's a TARDIS right there.
That one over there, Dave, is that one there is it's a money box. It's electronic as well. It's but I can't get it to work. I don't know what's wrong with it.
I said that's a great impression, Keith. Can you also do Gail Platt?
What?
Can you do Gail Pratt impression? Oh, Simon, brilliant.
Yeah, I can.
Oh. Hey, Cat and Keith, any plans on making Andy?
Well, actually, I was going to make one for Casper, our grandson, because you can't get little boy dolls, and he's only 3, bless him, so he wants one.
Did Keith say that police badges of Virginia? Does that mean it's never picked anyone? Sorry, you can ban me now. Fucking shocker. Shabby C Messenger, I will definitely. Shabby, do you know where we're here, mate? Yeah, I definitely know. I remember the vintage Action Man Mountie outfit back on Cardback back on the day, but I believe you could only get the dog through the post.
Oh, no, I don't remember ever seeing the Cardback.
No, I don't remember the car. I didn't even know. I remember they did accessories on Cardbacks. I never knew they did figures on Cardbacks. I always thought they were
not figures. No, it would have just been the uniform.
It would have been the accessories. Got you.
Yeah.
Love Action Man. Wish I had the room. I just need the tank. Yeah, dude, awesome stuff. Awesome.
I've got a 1968 in Action Man.
The Action Man for that nostalgic collection reproduced the Mountie outfit on Cardback and released the dog in a box in 2006 to 2008.
Yeah.
Size sent me something, so let's have a look what Size sent. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. It just says something here. Let's have a look. Oh, you've got a present, Cat, right? So I'll show you something. My mum has done something for you, Cat, and Size just sent me it. So I'll show you. It said, "This is for Cat. I'll bring it to Echo when I come." So this Cat is coming straight to you, apparently. Let's have a look. Facebook, where are you? There. This. Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh, that's gorgeous.
So that's from Anne Marie. That's from Anne Marie to you, Cat.
Oh, thank you. That is gorgeous.
Wow,
it's nice, isn't it? That's really cool. That's nice of them. There you go. See, you're getting gifts as well. Let's have a look. Kat, are you ever going to send me that Enterprise behind Keith?
Q, I told you have to have Keith with the Enterprise.
Oh, brilliant. I had Action Man when I was a kid, loved it to bits. Yeah, Anne-Marie's top share. That's really nice of Anne-Marie to do that. Cheers, Mum. That's awesome. Anyway, we've gone through that. Let's get to number 3. So, Kat, we'll start with you. What's your number 3, buddy?
Okay, so this actually links in quite nicely because saying about my elephant collection, this is like a Tuskers elephant.
Oh,
that is like a mama and a baby. And I actually got that from Keith's mum because Keith's mum used to quite like elephants, and she always said that when she passed away, that I was going to get the elephants. And she
is it like a statue? Sorry, Kat. Is it a statue?
Yeah, it's like it's quite heavy. But yeah, I was really lucky with my mum-in-law. I know everyone likes to joke about mother-in-laws, but Keith's mum was amazing with me.
Yeah, she was like a second mum. She was absolutely lovely lady. And when she passed away, she sort of, one of the last things she said to Keith's sister was make sure that Catherine gets my elephants.
So that has like pride of place in my cabinet.
How nice is that?
That's me and Doreen.
Oh, that's brilliant, man. That's you see, it's stuff like that in it that people have thought about. You got some, and that's really nice. What's it made? Is it like porcelain, Cat? What actually is it?
Yeah, it's
resin.
Yeah,
resin.
It's well, yeah. But yeah,
resin.
it's they're heavy, but I've got quite a few Tuskers, but this one obviously is very sentimental to me, and it's the one that I sort of like go the kids go anywhere near it. So
yeah, that's awesome. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. That so it goes straight. That's like your centerpiece in your with all your elephants and so forth.
Yeah, because
Awesome.
I said about the matriarch and everything else. So and that's very much what Keith's mom was like as well. She was very old school, East London, little old lady, and to look at her, she was this cute little old lady, and then she'd open her mouth and she'd sound exactly like Keith's swear words and all. And it used to make me laugh. She's brilliant, fabulous lady.
Mr. B's grandmother also collects elephants. Look at that, collected them. Yeah, brilliant. Elephants, man. That's awesome. PGM says that Blue Oyster music really suits you, I think. I think it does. That's why I use it, yeah. That's definitely not a devil woman, but it could be a living doll. Oh, very good. See what you did there. Brilliant. Keith, what's your number 3, pal?
I believe you've got a photo of it.
I have. Do you want me to show the picture now?
Yes, please,
right
mate.
Yeah. This is awesome. This is what
we've just been talking about. This is another one. This is another one for BTR. This is my. Finally, I got me. The man got the Mountie to play on words with the classic old expression. And I got 2 of them because I wanted to have one on the horse and one with Brutus the dog, and those uniforms are all absolutely original. They are 1968. Original, not 40th anniversary. The horse is a 40th anniversary horse, so that's not that old. Having said that, though, the 40th anniversary was still 30 odd years ago, but the dog is also a 1968 original. Now the chap that's on the horse is a blue pants, eagle eye, gripping hands,
right.
So he would have come out in 1978. The actual figure, not the uniform, and the figure on the dog handler, let's say a hard head, hard hands. That's a 1966 issue.
You can tell by the hands, can't you? Yeah, the same as Joe's. Joe had the same hands. So, wow,
so I've got a mixture there between the 60s and the 70s, and I just think they look. I just think, and I made the flag and the ribbons. I made that and the flagpole, customized the saddle to put a badge on it, and that badge says sort of Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Yeah, look at that. Kieran says fantastic Action Man Mounties. Yeah. Chiefo says all this time I thought he was talking about the Mountie from WWF. No, it's a bit different. These are absolutely gorgeous. Oh, VTR's here. Look at them. Good evening.
Oh,
he says, arrived at the perfect time. Yeah. Canadian Mounties. Yeah, I remember, like I said, we said it before, David, that I was talking about you when it came to these, because I know this is personal to you, this figure and so forth. Those horses, I mean, even though they have no articulation, they're just beautiful, man. They just look absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like they spared no expense with these toys, didn't they, Keith? To be honest.
Yeah.
Were they pricey back then as well? They must have been compared to other toys.
I had one of these. I had the one that I had as a kid had the black sort of leather look saddle and all the leather look bridlery, and I had one of the household cavalry figures sat on it. Then I had the United States cavalry figure on it, because that was a beautiful uniform that Action Man brought out, the United States cavalry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to get the horse. I was lucky with that horse. It came boxed, and it came with all the saddle and all the bridlery and everything else.
They must be able to get like that, the horses now, with everything on them, the girdles, the bridles, that sort of stuff.
They are. I say that's a 40th anniversary. It's not an original, but they're still quite difficult to come by. It boxed and complete. And I've got the box somewhere. I think it's down
absolutely
the shed.
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and the dogs as well. The Action Man dogs and so forth. Brilliant, just absolutely beautiful. do any other positions in those horses besides that one? Did
No.
they do one? No, it was always the same thing. Yeah,
that's the. So it almost looks like it's on a slow walk.
absolutely gorgeous, mate. Gorgeous. You know, whether you collect Action Man or not, I think this summarizes everything from the 70s, 80s to us. Done it just brilliant. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Really
and
is.
That Action Man, those Action Men are right behind me. I don't think you'll be able to see them.
Let's have a look. Yep, you can see them right there. Mm-hmm.
Right there. And of course, the backdrop of the Canadian flag. Because I've got Canadian blood in me anyway on my dad's side.
Right.
Canadian, so it's a little bit of, again, it's a personal thing.
I got a big Canadian flag off Papa Gord. I was made up with it. I thought, well, of all my life, I thought I got it during my 40s, and I got sent a Canadian flag, which is brilliant. Geek Strong says, great elephant collection. Honestly, I would be nervous being married to someone that collects elephants. I would be afraid if I did something wrong, she would never forget I'll be here all night. Well, he has got a point, yeah. G4 says he does like a mounted uniform. Yeah, great display. It is. It's a brilliant display. Not if you keep these jokes going. Here we go. My dad's favorite Action Man outfit. Nice customizations there, Keith.
Thanks, Dave.
Do you have to look for specific things when you're customizing Action Man?
So again, mate.
Do you have to look for specific things? So in other words, we'll do it in those with certain chains that we find, for modern stuff that I want to make it look just like the old versions. And for example, the old Eternia had some chains on it that Scuba found the actual size, this, that, and sent them to me just in case the new one didn't come with the chains. It did. But when it comes to Action Man, are you looking for the same sort of fabrics, the same sort of, you know what I mean? Does it have to? Do you take more of a time with that one?
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, what I do is I don't. It's not so much the fabric. It's because what I'll do is if I want to do custom police uniforms, I'll just buy ordinary trousers, Action Man trousers. I'll dye them black, and I'll just dye them black. So you've got black trousers because the motorcycle coppers' trousers are wide, like the German officers' trousers.
That's exactly what I meant. Yeah, perfect. Right.
So you've got a foot patrol unit, if you like, rather than a motorcycle unit. I'm lucky that I can. The Action Man police uniform, the British police uniform, never came with a chain, a whistle and chain, obviously. But all of my Action Man figures that are in tunics have all got a whistle and chain. Sorry, not a whistle, but they've all got a chain. And I'll go into like these cheap craft shops, and I'll buy a length of silver look chain that's tiny, and I'll just chop lumps off and attach them in place where the whistle and chain should go. So it gives it more authenticity. And I made sergeant stripes for some of them, and I'll put belts on some of them.
Took stripes off trousers.
There's a guy, Catherine takes stripes off the trousers for me so that I can then dye them and
put the stripe back on and so forth.
I mean, some of the uniforms, like the Spanish ones that are right over my shoulder there, the Guardia Civil, those are complete custom uniforms. That bike is an Action Man bike. That's a vintage. That's a Spanish Action Man bike called Hipperman, or some people call it Gaperman, but it's not pronounced Gaperman. It's pronounced Hipperman. And so that's a Spanish police bike which Cat bought me, and I put my own decals on it to turn it into a Guardia Civil bike, and I made those two uniforms. The two uniforms for the rider and the foot patrol guy next to him are completely custom.
How easy is it still to find? So when you go to thrift shops and charity shops or whatever, are you still finding Action Man stuff there? Is it getting harder and harder?
You don't find it in charity shops. You find the modern Action Man in charity shops, like and they're like £1, £2. Yeah, they're the ones with the really huge hands, the ones they brought out in the 90s, and they're crap, to be honest. I've got one of them in my collection, just simply because it's the road of Action Man. I've got every type of Action Man that's ever been released.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I had to have one of the modern Action Men just to simply keep the whole family together, even though we Action Man collectors don't regard modern Action Man as being Action Man, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. It really does. What was your favourite thing as a kid then, Kat? What was it? What was the toy that? And the question after that is, would you ever collect that again?
Trying to think. We, as I say, we didn't get a lot of the sort of toys or dolls. I suppose for Cindy would be the sort of
that makes sense.
I've sort of like 9 and 10 aunties would buy me Cindy and things like that. But we just had a lot of board games as kids, so that tended, because 4 kids buy a board game, keeps 4 kids happy.
Makes perfect sense. Yep.
So and because my mum was a teacher, it tended to be like quite educational ones. So it was like, Monopoly to teach you about money, Scrabble to teach you about spelling and things like that. So So for me, it was more board game, and we tend to play a lot of board games now, don't we? We play them with Emily, like the elder.
It's so, I should say that there's a place in Virginia that we went to. It's like an old plantation, whatever, and you could, one of them, they've opened up. You can have your lunch there and this and that. But they have this room, and it has a small like patio room, like a walk-in wardrobe, and it is smothered in board games from top to bottom, just covered. And I was in there for about 20 minutes. Like, Mousetrap was in there, but really old, 70s, 80s games, and it looked awesome like that. And I always thought, I wonder if I thought, no, I better not, because it's looking after. But no one had played me in my house. I pull out Monopoly. My kids, they say I'm too competitive, so my kids won't play with me. But the idea is to win.
You have to teach them to lose.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
George, you can ask. Go on, Kat. Sorry.
I was just going to say we play an awful lot of board games. It's saves us talking to each other.
And we always stitch. We always stitch the granddaughter up as best we can.
Yeah. Hello, is this the meeting of the Cliff Richard fan club? Says George. Hi, George. Everyone's saying hello to each other. It's okay, G-Force. One more joke from Dino and his band. Pretty harsh, that. Let's have a look. I imagine it would be 5 popcorn bucket, 4 popcorn Mrs. Geek Strong's, 3 popcorn bucket, 1 cantina sale barge. Brilliant. Shabby, in recent times, the UK charity shops have released the money value in vintage toys and will keep them back to sell on eBay.
Yeah, they do.
That's happened over here. It's like they've now got the value of it. Do you see what I mean? It used to be a time.
Which is right when you think that it's supporting a charity.
It is right. I agree with that. I mean, but I agree with what Kieran's just said. I think it is getting to that point now, anyway. Even they're getting, hang on a minute, this could be worth something here. And the worst probably is eBay, because you'll go on eBay and you'll see how much things are. But I'm one of those people. I don't go into charity shops to pay eBay prices. Do you see what I mean? I go into so. Yeah. But anyway,
I've been into charity shops and bought stuff that, in my opinion, they've underpriced, and I've given them extra. I've given them more.
Right.
Okay. And same as on Marketplace. There was a guy, I bought a load of stuff on Marketplace.
Yeah.
And he wanted a $5 for it. And when he brought it out, I drove to his house. When he brought it out, I said to him, "You do realise this is underpriced? It's massively underpriced." And he said, "Well, I'm selling it for my son." So I said, "Well, look, as a tenner, give that to your son." And he went, "Well, I'll go and get you change." I went, "I don't want change. When you're selling it too cheap. It's too cheap." So I'm fair, I'm fair like that. I don't think charity shops should. I'm going to use the word carefully. Exploit the fact that these things have been given to them.
Yeah,
these people could have sold them. They could have sold them themselves and pocketed that money themselves. But what they've done is they've given it to a charity shop, so the charity shop can benefit. I don't think the charity shop then should charge eBay prices. No. I think that's taking a piss a little bit. I think that.
Yeah, I do in a bit, because most of it is donated stuff as well, stuff that people don't want and that kind of thing. Gary Moore says there's nothing like a good game of Monopoly thrown on the floor, pieces everywhere. That smug look, this smug look. Yeah, well, you won that.
Well, somebody in this room cheats at Cluedo.
I do not cheat at Cluedo. I'm just a bloody good detective.
I was going to say, with him being a Bobby, though, I bet he's brilliant at Cluedo. I'd be like, I don't want to play with him.
We can't actually play it anymore because somebody took all the figures from Cluedo and customized them years ago to put in a diorama.
That was brilliant. Same here. I've seen carded figures in charity shops for $200 to $500. These items were donated to them. Yeah. The only time I was looking, I'm not going to go on this story, when I found 11 of the last 17 for $2 each, but it was at a church fair. So it was just things that people have donated. So I couldn't really say to the person there, well, I'll give you extra money for it, because it was all getting thrown out.
To me, that's immoral. That's morally wrong. They should respect the fact that whatever they get paid for that item is 100% profit, because they've not had to buy it. They've got no overheads, and it's for charity at the end of the day, And I remember going into a charity shop a few years ago and spotting a Royal Engineers cap badge, British Army Royal Engineers cap badge.
Right.
It was £2. It was £2. And I said to the guy, how much do you want for like £2? I'll have this. He went, yeah, I don't know where we got that from. He said it's a kid's toy badge. A kid's toy badge. I said, wow. You're joking, mate. I said, you're joking, mate. This is not a toy. This is not out of some kid's sheriff's outfit. Yeah. This is a genuine British Army cap badge. It's certainly not a toy. And I gave him a £5 for it. They're probably about £8, £8 to £10.
Yeah.
And he was over the moon. He was over the moon because he made like what? Doubled his money and some, 2.5 times his money.
I think that's what's the thing, though. Is that what you just said? You're trying to explain to someone who probably isn't part of us, and they haven't. And I mean, we've done it loads of times, haven't we? Where you've come across something and people don't realise what they've got. Vintage Toyman says here, charity shops should also support collector addicts. That's a joke before anyone gets offended.
Oh, you're right, Dave. They should, yeah.
Charity CEOs are on big bucks, Keith. You think selling bric-a-brac for 50p is going to pay their wages? Yeah, that's a good point. He has got a good point. Yeah, so. Right. Anyway, let's get to number 2. Number 2 right here. Kat, what's your number 2, my friend?
I've got 2 for my number 2.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes, it is a number 2. You might want to look away if you do not like clowns.
Cute.
So we've got Pennywise.
What is that thing?
He's cool. He's awesome. He talks. Find the button.
Oh.
See, now he's not that scary because he actually lives in the bedroom where our granddaughter sleeps. So, and because obviously you can't get better than Tim Curry, you have to have the original Pennywise as well.
You see, now that's awesome. Awesome.
This one doesn't talk, but they never come out the box anyway. So, but yeah, I like the artwork on the back of that one as well.
Are you going to be watching the new TV show? It starts next week, isn't it? Welcome to Derry.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yes, definitely. Because obviously it pulls in other characters from the Stephen King metaverse. So, like Dick Halloran from The Shining is in Welcome to Derry because he's the one who owns the Black Spot nightclub that gets burnt down.
So is this a new thing, or is it something that's already been written? Welcome to Derry.
It's based on the books because a lot of the books
based on
to link anyway.
Right.
And I mean, it is a huge book. It's a really big book, and it does go into detail there. And you do obviously that's where Dick Halloran sort of is in that book.
Yeah,
he's obviously the chef from The Shining.
So toys like this don't put you off then? It's like, no, I've got to have it. I've got to have this and all that sort of stuff. Because look at it. Oh, that's a nice boat. Keith is backing away from that toy. Vintage toy.
Yeah.
But there's just a love for that. It's weird in a way because I don't think I've got anything horror in my collection at all. You know.
The majority of mine is horror, but it comes from the love of the book. And if you ever watch the original Shining, is the mini series is still the best. And Tim Curry is Pennywise. He is. And Bill Skarsgård is good. And I think if I'd have only ever watched those films, I'd have thought he was cool. But I think growing up in the sort of 70s, 80s when we did, that sort of clown is more what we would associate with a clown, even though the silver spaceman type uniform is more true to the book.
Brilliant. brilliant. Look at Q here. Hey, hell no, cat. I ain't never visiting you.
You don't want me to come in the box with the Enterprise and Keith?
Oh, brilliant. So excited for that series, says David. Yeah. I didn't know about the new series. Yeah, there's a new series coming. I think it's next week. I saw that it's on HBO over here, so I know it's coming. That Pennywise is awesome.
25th of October.
Oh, so it's right. So it's around the corner for you guys then as well. Yeah, Tim Curry says PGM was the best Pennywise.
Yeah, definitely.
Did she say it's in Weather Kids? She sure did. Yeah, she sure did.
They're used to it now. Emily FaceTimes her friends and goes, "Look at my room," and scares the shit out of her friends.
Yeah, David's a big horror guy as well. He says absolutely. Does anyone remember Shocker? Do you remember Shocker, Kat? What's that? Shocker. No. Do you remember Keith? Shocker. Says you know.
The name rings a bell, but I can't picture the film or program or whatever. No.
Yeah. Remember, don't forget, Shabby's a big girl. He's even five penny. It's true story. I didn't watch them all till, like I said, later on in life. It's like I said, I always go but it's weird as well because I've watched them all now, and I think, what was I so afraid of as a kid? There's nothing to be frightened of. It so kind of, but they're all right. What would be worse if you checked into a room filled with old dolls or old clowns?
I think old clowns, because most bizarrely, although I love Pennywise, I am actually I can't go to a circus and watch a circus with a real clown in it.
No. Can you not?
No, it gives me the
Which is weird because you'll buy that stuff. That's so strange.
But I think part of that is because you know that Pennywise is not a clown. Whereas when you see clowns in a circus, it's a weird fact because these things you pick up as you go through life that they've got like one of the highest suicide rates and they hide themselves behind this makeup and stuff. And I think that's just like adds to the whole creepiness. And if you sort of look now at like a lot of the comics that we've had in the past that have been very clown-like that have committed suicide, you know, like the gorgeous Robin Williams and people like him, it's that creepy side of clowns that they're not quite who you think they are.
Makes sense that, to tell you the truth. But so Pennywise isn't a clown?
No, he's not. It's just a form he takes to scare the kids.
I never knew that. Damon says old clowns, G-Force, unless the old clowns are literally old people dressed as clowns about to cannibalize me. Cat doesn't like Octopussy then. Don't know. She might be a big James Bond fan. You never know. I remember Shocker. It was about the convict that got the chair, went on a killing spree, kind of horror comedy. Right, got it. So that's where it is. Right, Keith, what's your number 2, pal?
You've got a picture there first, I think.
I sure have. You want me to put it up now? Here it is.
Yes, please, mate. Now this is a Mark's Toys Thunderbolt horse, and it came from a Mark's Toys figure called Cowboy Jack, I think. They also did a Native American as well, like an Indian.
Right.
And it was Action Man size, so it was 1/6 scale. And I had this probably for my birthday in 1974.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it. Well, then for Christmas in 1974, I got my first Action Man, and it was the British soldier, the standard combat soldier. And even though the cowboy figure was fully articulated, it was molded. Had a molded costume. But what you could do is you could put Action Man uniforms over the top of it. So I actually used him then as Action Men once I started getting.
So basically, what it is it's like the same phase now, where everything's 6-inch now, and even though independent cut, but you can always make it for 6-inch. Back then, like these horses were all done for 12-inch because the majority
were 12-inch. So Cindy as well, yeah. Now this horse Thunderbolt, these came out in 1965. So again, this horse is older than me. And I absolutely loved it. Now, in all of the years that I had Action Man, I only ever had 2 horses, and that was Thunderbolt, and then it was the black horse, the Action Man horse.
Yeah.
Now I had that for years. Now I sold all my Action Man collection many years ago. A lot of it I gave away to kids in the street as I started to get too old. I gave it all away to kids, neighbours in the street. But I kept hold of Thunderbolt. I kept hold of him. There was something just sentimental. He'd lost his towel. His towel had broken off.
Right.
Because unlike the Action Man horse, the mane and the towel are hair. On this, it's all moulded, as you can say. It's an injection mould that's just glued together. So 2 halves. And inevitably the towel broke off. Well, my dad, this is in the days before super glue, my dad decided that he was going to fix the towel back on with a soldering iron.
Plastic.
Yeah. And what he did was he just burnt a huge, great big hole in his arse. So instead of actually putting the towel on it, now I could have actually tucked the towel inside it and used, a bit like Luke Skywalker inside the fucking.
I can just don't you worry, son. You leave it with me.
Oh yeah, proper. And I was like, I'm about 7 years old, and I'm like, I'm thinking that the inner me is going, what the fuck, Dad? And the outer me is going, oh, Dad, what have you done? What have you done? And this was in the day before sort of things like putty and stuff like that, where you could repair. I mean, now I could repair it. I'd be able to repair it, no problem. But back then, so anyway, his towel ended up getting mentioned. His towel went missing. But I had that horse for absolute years, and it was my ex who decided to have a clear out of one of our sheds. And she came across this and she said, what the hell's this? And I told her the story, and she just couldn't give a shit. She absolutely couldn't give a rat's ass. And she was like, throw it away. You're not a child anymore. Throw it away. And reluctantly, I threw it in a tip.
Oh.
So when I started collecting Action Man again,
yeah,
I reached out to the Action Man community and said, has anyone got a yellow Thunderbolt horse? And it was Alan Dawson.
Big Al had one. Brilliant.
And he said, I've got one. And I said, well, how much do you want for it? And he said, 15 quid. I said, done.
Yeah,
done.
Not at all.
And he was on his way. He was on his way to London that weekend. So he actually dropped it off on his way through. So I didn't even have to pay postage and packing. And that was just before Christmas. So Kat gave him the money. I was going to buy it, but Kat gave him the money. And I got it from Kat as a Christmas present.
Awesome, man. That's a great story, pal. That's a great story.
So now, after all of these years, I've got Thunderbolt back. And this is what I've done to him. He's now...
Let's have a look. No way.
He is now a Metropolitan Police mounted officer in full ceremonial uniform. So he's got his medals and his sergeant stripes, and then he's
doesn't even look like the same horse. So hang on a minute, just hold that up a second. Look, there's the actual thing right there.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
the same
that.
horse.
Wow.
Obviously, I've cleaned him up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It looks amazing.
And I bought the bridle off of eBay. The saddle is completely hand built. I built the saddle from scratch. I built the holster for the baton and the spurs.
That looks awesome.
And I built all the medals for him, customized the medals and his sash. And the helmet that he's wearing is actually a Cindy helmet. It's a Cindy horse rider's helmet that I just customized.
That's absolutely stunning. What a great job. That is brilliant. And
I absolutely love this horse. I absolutely love this horse. I mean, I really do.
Mr. B just got a package. Look at that. Mr. B just got a package from Alan as well.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. What a great story, man. That's a great story.
I absolutely loved that horse. I was so chuffed to get him back. And I know it's not my original one, but it kind of is. It kind of is.
Yeah. Question for Kat. What's your favourite scary movie? Shabby, you need to say it's a go in the. So I've never seen a Scream movie. What's a Ghostface voice? I don't know.
My it's hard because I have lots of horror films that I really love. I love Poltergeist. I think Poltergeist is
never seen it. Never seen it.
you great wuss. But I think it has to be The Shining. I love The Shining, even though I love The Exorcist too. But my favourite has got to be The Shining, even though
I've never seen it. I love that carpet, and I've got it. I did it. And there's a thing at the bottom here. I don't know whether you can see it or not. Right there, there's a piece right there that put all the Shining carpet down on it. But I've never seen The Shining.
Oh, wow.
Never seen it. No,
it's not. I wouldn't say it's scary. It's more psychological horror because it's one of those things that if you take the sort of like the weird and wonderful bits that are in it out, it's the sort of thing that could happen. It's the whole cabin fever thing. So for me, that's what makes a horror more horrible, because it's something that could happen.
Because you got into certain things because of Keith. Keith, let me ask you a question. Did you get into horror because of Cat, or are you not really a fan of it?
I've always been a horror fan. Yeah.
So you've always been a horror fan, right?
Yeah. Well, we got married. We got married on Halloween. Tomorrow's out. Sorry, not tomorrow, but we got married on Halloween.
Right. See, it pisses my wife off because I'm not a horror. She loves all that stuff, and I won't watch it.
I don't like the gory horror where it's just like blood and guts for the sake of blood and guts. I like it to be an actual story. It's like the Terrifier films. Tried to watch one of those, and I couldn't watch it. And I've watched Hostel and some really like films. Yeah. I just couldn't watch it because there was just no story. Like, it was just violence for the sake of.
It's just slash and blood spray just for the sheer sake of it.
Yeah, but, and a few naked women thrown in for good measure.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So it's just popcorn for an hour and a half. You're not getting anything from it in a way. Yeah. Mark's Toys made a series of figures: medieval knights, cowboys, Indians, and even a secret agent. I owned the cowboy kid figure back in the day. Mark's, brilliant. We just saw that. Mr. B just got a package for all the two. Good segue, that. Thought Keith was going to say Alan sent him his original Thunderbolt with the soldering iron all. I'm sure
he'd have asked. Alan would have obliged.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah,
nice job on that custom.
Alan probably could have done that because Alan is the Del Boy of the Action Man circle. He can get you anything. That's
brilliant, though. It's awesome though that especially when you build up a thing like we all done. There's always somebody out there that either knows, got it, or knows where you can get it in it. Nice job, says Q, on that custom mounted police officer. Thanks, incredible Rick. Custom work, says Kieran. That's great, Keith. You got back your horse. Yeah, that's a great story. That's why I love it. Yeah. I know, mate. I am. Everyone goes, Tez especially. Tez isn't happy at all with it, but I don't know what it was. It's just something I didn't enjoy as a kid. So, Shining is a great movie, says PGM. Great horror choices. How about Don't Scream? That's King Strong's old movie. You ever seen it? If you go on King Strong's channel, he made this whole video years ago called Don't Scream. And I watched it, and he's a good job actually. He does well in it. He's good. It's worth watching. If anyone hasn't seen Don't Scream by King Strong, you got to watch it. It's great. The Shining and Doctor Sleep are pretty good movies. Were you happy with Doctor Sleep, Kat? Yeah. I thought that actually it was done really well.
I think I've said before that because obviously the Stephen King hated the Shining movie. He actually then said that he was going to oversee any remakes of it or any sort of any of his films, any of his books that were made into film. And so when Doctor Sleep was made, he actually they put sort of scenes that are from the original Shining film in there. And I actually thought that was quite a nice thing for him to do, because he could have turned around and said, no, I don't want anything from that film in it, but to keep that continuity.
Did he hate it, Kat? Was it not like the book or something, Kat? Why did he hate it?
No. In the book, he's Jack Torrance. You actually feel really sorry for the character. He's struggling with alcohol. He's lost his job as a teacher. That's why he's trying to make it as a writer. His wife was actually a really strong character. She wasn't this shrieking olive oil, although I love Shelley Duvall. She wasn't right for Wendy. And when Jack dies at the end of the Shining film, you're actually thinking, well, good, he deserved it. But when you read the book, you're actually like heartbroken that this guy who has tried so hard to fight this addiction has like gone to this place for the good of his family, and he's come to the sticky end.
So which one do you prefer, the book or the movie? If you had a choice between both of them?
It's always going to be the book.
The book. Yeah, that makes sense when it comes to you. Yeah. Damon says the best for me is classic stories, The Haunting, 1963. Do you remember that? No?
Yeah.
Never seen Terrifier, says RD10, but it seems to be. Yeah, I've seen the merchandise. That's the clown in it, covered in blood.
Yeah.
And I know Neck have made a lot of things for that and so forth. Kieran says, fun fact about The Shining: the climax of the movie was filmed on a soundstage in the UK, and the snow was actually sold.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
A lot of it was filmed in the UK.
Yeah. Oh, they are. So his movie's back returns to his channel 12. So you've got to watch it. Honestly, Keith and Kat. It's just watch Don't Scream. It's a really young Geek Strong in a row, really young Geek Strong. So it's brilliant. Dr. Sleep gets better with every viewing. Yeah. Is that the one with Hugh McGregor?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And is it meant to be years after the show?
Yeah, it is. It's the little boy from The Shining, Danny Torrance, when he's grown up.
Right. Okay. And is
it is actually a book as well as the film, and the film is very, very close to the book.
You've also got another question here, Kat. Have you seen The Life of Chuck? An amazing film. I really enjoyed it, says DTM.
I haven't, and I haven't seen the one about the monkeys either. The monkey. I need, and obviously Long Walk has come out now, and I haven't seen that one either.
Oh, so I saw a trailer for that one. Yeah. So King hates the movies. The Shining and the TV miniseries Salem's Lot, but when they remade them, they sucked. I watched that bit, that Salem's Lot. I didn't finish it all. And then George Aiken says The Empire Strikes Back was filmed next door to The Shining. Wow, was it? Yeah, I suppose it was, wasn't it? I suppose they're both 1980s, aren't they? So yeah, brilliant. Well, anyway, awesome top 5 so far. Brilliant. Let's get to number 1. First of all, there's been, like I said, 40 people all night. So thank you all so much for coming in and supporting Kat and Keith. It's been worth it, hasn't it? Because they've shown. That's why I love doing this. You don't know what people are going to pull out. So YouTube have been absolutely fantastic on this. So I just want to say thank you on behalf of me and everyone who watched it. Thanks for coming on and showing us your stuff.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Right. So, Kat, what's your number 1, buddy?
So obviously, I've just shown the book, so you couldn't go wrong without showing. The beloved Jack. I know I've shown him before, but I absolutely adore Jack Torrance. And I can't see Jack Nicklaus in anything without thinking it's Jack Torrance. He could play the nicest guy, and I'd still think he was going to start chasing somebody around with an axe.
So who made that, Kat?
This is a Redmond Toys.
Redmond Toys, right?
Yeah, and it comes in a very swish box.
It's nice.
He actually has quite a few accessories. So he's got different hands, and he's got his typewriter, and there's a little tiny bottle of Jack Daniels. And he did have some cigarettes, but I think Keith stole them for somebody else.
So what is it about this character? What is it about that Jack Torrance is a character that makes him your number 1?
I think The Shining was probably one of the first Stephen King books I read. And I think I've sort of said before, growing up, my dad was a heavy drinker. And, as kids, we didn't have the best childhood. So I could sort of identify with his character, I suppose. I sort of, you transfer bits of your own personality onto things.
So that's why probably the books means more to you then, because you can feel the human side of him, not like the movies make. From what I've gathered from what you've been telling me tonight, the movie makes him like a real villain and all that, and he wasn't. That's the thing.
He wasn't. No, he was just like anybody. He was a flawed human being, and the situation he was in allowed these negative entities to take advantage of his character flaws, if you like. But it's I mean, if it's a film that you haven't watched, you should watch it, because it's not, nobody pops out and sort of
it's not gory.
Breaches. It's not gory.
No, it's not gory.
I think I will. I think I'll give it. I'll give it a try, definitely. Now, how easy was your number 1? Because we've asked at the start of this, how hard was your number 5? Was to put 5 in your collection, but how easy was number 1 to do?
Number 1 was probably the easiest.
Yeah.
And I started with number 1 and worked my way back. It was like, if I wanted to talk about anything, what would I talk about? And it was always going to be Jack, because he's from The Shining, and The Shining book means so much to me. I mean, that book I showed, Keith bought me that. It's actually the first edition.
And they're super rare because obviously it was back when Stephen King was first starting out, and they'd only printed a few because they didn't think they'd sell that many. Same with I've got Carrie as well.
Now that one I have seen with Sissy Spacek. I have seen that.
If you like that, then you'll like The Shining because it's a similar sort of character. It's that whereas with Carrie, it was the girls picking on her because she was different.
Yeah.
With Shining, it's these entities picking on Jack because he's got this flaw. And I think I said before on a screen when he wrote it, he actually visualized Carrie White's dad as being Jack Torrance.
How long ago was the book written before the movie came out, Kat?
Well, the books are from the early 70s.
Right, so it's nearly enough 10 years between the book and the actual movie then. Right, got you. Right. Wynn says, evening all, so tired I crashed out to sleep. What have I missed? Missed loads of stuff. We've got to watch the replay. This is a brilliant top 5. My sleeping pattern's all over the place these days, yeah. Unfortunately for me, The Monkey was a bit disappointing.
Yeah, I think sometimes when they take some of his short stories and they try and turn it into a long film, it loses something because they're just trying to eke it out. I think the only one that they've ever really done that came from a short story that really worked was Shawshank Redemption. When you think that was literally
I never knew that was you told me inside that because I didn't know, but probably I might know. But I remember you being on Tub Thumpers saying that was Stephen King, and I never knew Shawshank Redemption was a Stephen King novel. Yeah. Never knew it at all. So yeah, I remember you saying that. No spoilers, Kat, but The Long Walk is good. Mark Hamill is a great lead in that movie. I didn't know Mark Hamill was in it.
He is. Yeah.
Hey, when you've missed Keith telling
good story.
Right, okay. So I never knew The Long Walk with Stephen King either. So it is a Stephen King one.
Yeah, another short story from the Bachman books.
Oh, got you. You've missed Keith telling the whole world about his love for Cliff Richard. He's been very emotional. He's Johnny. It's absolutely mint, that Jack says. Yeah, I remember showing it on Tub Thumpers. It's a beautiful, it really is. Amityville, Pet Cemetery, The Howling, I Spit on Your Grave are horror movies that messed with my head, says G-Force.
Yeah. Yeah.
Red Man Toys is a great affordable 6-scale line. I've been tempted by a few of theirs. Yeah, it sounds really.
Yeah. I've got the Grady twins that Keith got me by the Redmond Toys as well, and they are fantastic. So detailed, and they're really, really good.
Yeah, Kat, I was going to say, I'm sure you showed others ones. You had other Redmonds ones. Is it so? How old is that, Kat? Is it an old thing or is it relatively new?
Not too sure. Again, it's one of the things that Keith found for me probably about
a date stamp on the box.
8 years.
Not going to be that old. I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, Geekstrong loves it. Look, that jacket's incredible. When did that come out? Yeah, exactly.
No, it doesn't say on the box.
Cheers, Win.
Date stamp.
Yeah. So he's saying The Shining is not scary; it's just suspenseful, Shabby. Right? Okay, PGM. Right? Okay. Yeah, I've never seen it. So yeah, The Shining is a little bit gory, but don't forget the bathtub scenes. Is that the old lady in the bathtub?
Yeah, that's probably the worst bit in it.
That's not gory. That isn't gory.
It's not gory.
That isn't gory. It's just horrible.
Read that book in one sitting way back, says Damien Carey. Yes, Stephen King movies aren't that bad. I think you'd be fair. Yeah, I'll give him a go. I think sometimes as well when something passes you, Keith and Kat, you're not in the element to watch it. You just pass. It's like Braveheart. Never seen it because it just passed me by. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And everyone tells me how good it is. I'll definitely watch the replay, Shabby. I think you'd enjoy it, to be honest. Shabby hasn't seen The Shining, but I bet he's seen The Simpsons, The Shining episode. No, I'm not.
Shitting.
The shitting. So everyone's saying hello to each other. That's my ex-wife in the bath. George. Okay, George. Oh, brilliant. Anyway, Keith, what's your number one, my friend?
Right. Well, you've got. I'm gonna show you this first. I think.
Yeah.
Then you've got a photograph of it, haven't you?
I have, sir.
Right. I bought this. About 2 years ago. I had it as a kid.
Wow. Look at that box. Look at is that artwork as well on the box?
Yeah.
Not a photograph. Look at that. Brilliant.
Yeah. Now, I had this as a kid. I had it for Christmas in 1978 when it first came out. My mum and dad bought me this for Christmas. And it came with the It came with the uniform. The actual motorcycle was in a box, obviously, and it came with the uniform in the same box on a card. I mean, Mum and Dad bought it out of a catalogue. You remember you used to be able to buy stuff out of catalogues back then?
My old childhood was Little Woods and K's and all. Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
and I remember my dad. It had turned up, and he what he'd done is he built it. He'd built it, and he rather than actually, I don't think it was Christmas. I think it might have been something else because I didn't unwrap it. It was on the sideboard. We had a sideboard at home, and I walked in. I think I'd come home from school or something like that, and I walked in and I saw this Action Man police motorbike on the sideboard, and I was like, "Oh my, what the, like, wow!" And he went, "Yeah." It turned out, and my dad had built it. He'd built it all because it comes unassembled. He put it all together, put all the stickers on it. The bastard, because that's something that I'd love to have done as a kid. But of course, as a kid, I would have completely ruined it. I've had the police on upside down and stuff like that, so it looked like it was Chinese police fault.
It's just the way he talks, Cat. You're just brilliant.
Like,
He just always the way he explains stuff.
This was what my dad was like. He was
older than you.
He was basically a fucking idiot. Trying to solder Thunderbolts towel on with a soldering iron. What
That's a great story. That. Yeah.
Burnt the whole thing to pieces, But he built it for me, thinking he was doing me a favour. But that's part of the fun, though, isn't it? When you're a kid.
Yeah.
But he said to me, unfortunately, the uniform hasn't turned up. I was like, oh. And then he went, nah, bazinga or whatever. Here it is. And so, anyway, 1978. There I am. I've got this Action Man police motorbike. Now, I always wanted to be a kid when I grew up. Don't suppose it's ever going to happen now.
You always wanted to be a kid.
Always wanted to be a policeman when
you got your wish.
Always wanted to be a policeman when I grew up. I don't suppose that's ever going to happen now. But so 1978, when Action Man brought out this civilian police, because everything Action Man was military up to that point. When they brought out this civilian police motorbike, I was like, oh, I've got to have one of them.
Yeah.
And so I had it and I played with it to death, and it goes yellow. The plastic, I mean, Bob Breakin himself has said many times in film and interviews that they never expected Action Man to be this popular 50, 60 years later.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't made to last. It was made knowing that it had a shelf life, that it would perish. And every Action Man bike you see now is yellow. It's like almost like a beige colour. But I bought that mint in box, and that is a 1978 original. The uniform is a 40th anniversary uniform, but I bought that on the card. And you can show the picture now, Shabby, if you've got it.
Right there.
And
cool.
So the motorcycle on the left is this one, this 1978 mint in box jobby, and the guy that's sat on the motorcycle is and you've got the uniform. You can see the uniform card back.
Yeah, you've even got the thing at the back, police motorcyclist outfit like that.
Yeah, that's the card. That's the card back. The card back for it. And then what I did was a couple of years ago, Cat bought me one Christmas bought me a police motorcycle. Now I wanted one to customize into a Carabinieri bike, but when I opened the wrapping, it was absolutely intact. Now, if you look at the one on the left, which was mint in box, and look at the one on the right, you'll see there's absolutely no difference.
Got to say, I couldn't tell which was which if you had said that. Yeah,
it's the best looking loose version of that bike that I've ever seen as an Action Man collector. And I said to her, there's no way that I'm going to customize this. There's no way that I'm going to customize this.
Yeah.
So what I did was I put together another police motorcyclist uniform, and he's got the helmet, but the helmet's sat behind the telephone. You can see the telephone on the tank. The helmet's behind there, but I put a flat cap on him because he's a sergeant. So in the panniers of the motorcycle, he'll have his flat cap like all traffic officers do, and he's got sergeant stripes. And as I said on one of the Playmobil videos, I loved the TV program Chips as a kid.
Yeah.
This was about the same time. So I was desperate for another one of these because I would love to have been playing Chips, albeit a British version, but I would love to have played Chips.
Yeah.
Would that have been Crisps?
No. Crisps.
Shut up.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
So I mean, Dad was like, "No, not having none of that." Like, I think it was about £10 for the motorcycle, which in 1978 was actually quite a lot of money, apparently.
Superb, just superb. Look at it.
But anyway, so yeah, so I wanted the motorcycle and the rider, because that's what I had when I was a kid. And then when Kat bought me the other motorcycle, and it was in such great condition, there was no way that I was going to customize it. So I'm 57 years old. After 30 years of waiting,
got it.
I've got my Chips. I've got my two motorcycles.
Another great story, mate. Geek Strong says it himself. This is definitely a great top 5. The collections have been totally different, but both amazing. Absolutely amazing. Brilliant. I mean, but they don't look that. I mean, after time though, Keith, they still look white. Why? They don't look like they've yellowed at all.
This is what I mean. Well, the one on the left was obviously boxed, so that had been kept away from sunlight. The one on the right, I mean, like I say, the first thing that goes is the telephone on the petrol tank. The telephone gets broken off. There's a little black area on the back that gets broken off. The blue light on the front of the headlight, that always gets broken off because it sticks out. It's a protrusion, so that always gets broken off. So to find one in that condition, frankly, is
it's brilliant.
My genius.
It just shows her genius.
Where did you find it from, Kat? Was it easy to find?
Yeah, it was literally an eBay search, and it just came up on eBay.
Wow!
And I was like, oh, I love that.
It's just brilliant. It's honestly, look at it. What a great, and they make great displays. Actually, man, they just make great displays, don't they? They really do. Yeah. Beautiful, mate. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, beautiful. 30 seconds to Mars.
The signs as well. Sorry, Shabs. The signs as well. The signs as well are original Action Man's signs that came with the motorbike, and the cones are Action Man cones. So they're all.
Did you get an idea of how much he was though, Kat, as well on eBay? Like, because if
I knew how much Keith had paid for the one in the box, and
so you had an idea of what you're spending, basically. Yeah.
I'm because I think it's different when you're buying for somebody else. You might spend more than you'd ever spend on yourself, but I also then know that if I spent too much and he found out that I'd like overspent, that I'd never hear the end of it. So it was a case of I knew what I was going to spend on it, and it was way below what he could have got for it. And it was a buy it now. It wasn't even on an auction. So, if he'd have had it on an auction, he'd have made probably twice what I paid for it.
Wow. Honestly, you've blown me away, both of you, with your top 5. This has been absolutely brilliant. So there you have it. There is our Keith's and our Kat's top 5. Brilliant. Let's see what people are saying here. Wow. Unbelievable. Look at this. Busy week win. My daughter, because obviously we know Oppie's daughter who she works for, got her hands on her team's Emmy for the Andor VFX. She got a promotion. She works for Lucasfilm, doesn't she? So that is absolutely. And she got a promotion and engagement. Well, congratulations, Oppie. That's great. You tell her, wish her everyone at Shabby Geek and in the chat and on the panel. We all
have to buy a new hat for the wedding.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Well done, Oppie. That's awesome. The bastard, Keith. You wouldn't have him any other way, would you? Wow, that's great. Yeah, that is great. I agree with Keith. I would rather be a kid than an adult. Won't we all, to tell you the truth? I've got to admit, I like. It does help you, done it, when you're buying toys, because it's weird. Because it's like I said, I'm 50 in 2 weeks, and I'm like, I'm not phased by it at all. Do you know what I mean? I'm not an ageist, and I'm not a person that care less about stuff like that. But I think it's because of the company I keep, and it's also, I think, because of the stuff I do. Do you know what I mean? I've never had an ageist thing, because people might turn around and say, "Oh, Shabby, it's just a midlife crisis buying all these toys." Not really. I've done it all my life, so it's not. I haven't done this for this. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I agree with that 100%. Wait, was Keith a copper? This top 5 makes more sense. Just a bit. That is fantastic. Yeah. Growing old is inevitable, says Ian. Growing up is optional. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Keith's got the UK version of chips. He has. Yeah. Ian, I agree. Fish and chips. No, fish and chips. No. I guess it'll be crisps. Then they are. There's an answer for you.
Absolutely.
Oh, brilliant. Chips. Yeah. The TV show Chips was good, but I prefer the bag. I'm still here. I laughed way too hard when I heard it could be called crisps joke. Well done, Cat. Got everybody laughing. Here we go. The Action Man even has a name, Diversion. Oh, do you get it, Keith? Diversion. I tell you what, Albin's up there with the jokes today. Does Keith prefer gravy or salt and vinegar on his chips?
Salt and vinegar.
That's disgusting.
Gravy's northern soup, apparently.
Well, I'm just saying I don't agree with that 100%. I'd have gravy on everything. Look, wonderful top 5. Yeah, it was an awesome top 5. Great top 5, Cat and Keith. Depends on what's served with them. I like gravy and salt and vinegar. I have them all 3. Yeah. Do you like gravy on your chips, Cat? What do you have? Salt and vinegar or gravy?
Salt and vinegar and curry sauce.
Curry sauce, yeah, that's an alternative, I suppose. Yeah, excellent top 5, great top 5, awesome stuff, Knights, awesome stuff. Yeah, everyone's looking at it. Everyone's loving it. Look at this, excellent, brilliant. Top 5, great top 5, great top 5 from Keith and Cat. Great stories behind them too. Yeah, that story of your dad with that, because I was listening and I'm going, I got a minute, it's plastic all. It's got a big hole in its arse. Brilliant. Yeah, that's an amazing week, Hoppy. Yeah, we wish him all the best. Exactly. Awesome top 5. I'll pass on your best wishes. Thank you, Hoppy. That's awesome. I bet you're dead proud. Good to be here, Hoppy. Shabby's another awesome top 5. Cat and Keith's top 5s were awesome. Yep, they were.
Thanks, Rick.
Salt and vinegar mayo, gravies for the homeless. Yeah. Correct answer, Keith. Those Northerners find vinegar too strong. I don't think there's anything Northerners find too strong, VTR.
They eat pickled eggs. The more you go, the more they eat.
Exactly. Mayonnaise on chips. I love mayonnaise on chips. Yeah, I do. Congratulations on the good news, Hoppy. Yeah, chips and mayos. And my mum says amazing top 5. So there you have it. There's top 5. You've been absolutely brilliant. Anything else to say before we go?
Don't think so.
No, only sorry for the technical issues at the start of the show.
Don't worry about that in the slightest. Like I said, you're on Shabby's. Yeah, no.
Which unfortunately triggered my anxiety, and I started to get in a bit of a flap.
Why? You don't need to. Listen, it's like I said, the nicest thing about what I learned about that was for years, I was telling Kat when you're off, for years. Well, you've watched me for years, Keith. My internet was so bad. And so listen, and I used to get, honestly, there was times, I did a stream on it myself, and there was times I was giving up. That was it. I was done. Because I didn't want to carry on making videos anymore. I just wanted to carry on with streams. And I thought that was it. I was finished. And the thing about it is, I just had, when I got my internet fixed and everything else came out, I was just so thankful to the people that watched and the people that supported, because nobody left. Nobody. So I'm in a way though, Keith, I'm glad that happened to me, because when people like yourself come on and have an issue with it, and there's been a few people, I don't make a deal about it at all, because I think everyone the BBC. Do you know what I mean? This is getting together and doing so. My friend, you got no issues with that at all. But anyway, please like, as you can see down there. Please subscribe. We have a Patreon if you'd like to join that. It helps the channel grow, so I can make live streams like this. But apart from all that, it's been awesome. Once again, to tell you, tomorrow night we're doing this. So it's the NEC Toy Fair tomorrow night.
Yes.
Delvian, our VTR, our Des, and our Sai. Our Sai's asked the lads, and they're all going to come on and tell us the stories and what they picked up tomorrow. So if you're available tomorrow and you'd like to watch the lads and see what they picked up and the stories at NEC, that'd be great. And then at the end of the week, we've got VTO, we've got Zia Sarwin at the end of the week, and we're doing it on Tezzy's channel. So it'll be on Tezzy's this week.
Oh, cool.
But apart from all that, honestly, we've had, like I said, up to 40 people all night. Thank you all so much for coming in. Thanks for supporting the nights, and we'll see you all again soon. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone.